I am pretty sure I am getting a new child placed with me today.
And in mind, follow me, let me waste your time, set up the...
If you're new around here, welcome. If you're not new around here, welcome as well. But my name is Sarah and I am a foster carer in the UK. I have been doing it for, I don't know, 2 years maybe? Around 2 years or so now. And I've had a fair few children, fair few placements come through the doors and leave again. I'm a short-term foster carer. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how this is happening in lockdown. We are, I don't know, day 51 of lockdown here in the UK, something like that. Maybe it's not 51, maybe it's 50, I don't know, to be quite honest, what we're on. But we are still in lockdown. Our lockdown was kind of eased on Sunday, but we're still in, essentially, we're still kind of in lockdown. And I want to talk about this child in this placement and how it goes during lockdown. I know that a lot of foster carers aren't taking any new children on at the moment, either because, you know, they're on the shielded list, you know, they don't feel comfortable with having another member coming into the house with everything that's going on. I personally have always been on the list and I've had a fair few phone calls, but all for things, I generally do sort of under fives, and I've had, the phone calls I've had are for older ones that just weren't suitable for me and my family, especially I think in lockdown times where we're all in the house. So there's me, my 15-year-old son, my sister, we're all here, and I think you've got to be especially careful what you take on in these times, because like kids aren't necessarily in school, we're all together as a household. And so yeah, I've been particularly careful about what I chose to say yes to. I think unfortunately with lockdown, with like kids not going to school and communities mixing, I think that it's been reasonably quiet. That's my experience anyway. Like the initial like first couple of weeks of lockdown, I wasn't getting any phone calls, which for me is like really unheard of. I generally, if I've got a space, I'm getting calls. So one of the terrible aspects of this whole lockdown is that, you know, potentially there's children in homes unsafe, unfit, you know, that it would be recognised if they were out going to school, and that maybe hasn't been the case. I'm just sort of, that's my own sort of thoughts, and it may not be that that's true at all, but it was quite quiet for calls initially, and then it has started to pick up a bit, but kind of like I said, for things that I don't take. But I did get a call yesterday about a placement for one child. I have one in placement with me already, and I've got a call for another one child, and I think they're coming today. You never know. I've been through this how many times now, 6 or 7 times, and you never really know if they're coming until kind of they knock on the door, really. I've had ones where they haven't even like confirmed that they were coming. That, in fact, that might be the one that I've got with me at the moment. They didn't even confirm that like the court had given the go-ahead for the child to be taken to foster care. They just sort of like arrived at my window. I was like, oh, it wasn't confirmed that it was happening today or whatever. But yeah, it's never certain, and it's always a little bit different in terms of how certain, oh, careful, how certain you feel about it. I think I'm sort of like 99.9% sure that this is happening today. I got a phone call sort of, I don't know, like 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon from the placements team, who described the situation to me to see if I would take that on, which I said yes to. That then went over to my social worker to see if she thinks that that's okay, that I can take on that placement. She then phoned me a little bit later on, maybe an hour and a half later, to say that she'd agreed the placement, she was fine with it, and that just a little bit more information really on like what was going on. She confirmed, because it was initially, it was going to be yesterday, but then she confirmed that they definitely weren't coming yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it'll be today, which I'm pretty sure it's happening at some point today, but who knows what time. I'm not gonna do anything in terms of getting anything ready, I don't think. I'm gonna wait. We do have a meeting, phone meeting with, I'm not actually sure who it's with. That's like, something was behind me, it freaked me out, it's the cat. I'm not sure who it's with, I just know that my social worker's going to ring me today at 1 o'clock for this meeting. So we'll see what happens. If you are a foster care and you've had a child come to you in lockdown, I'd love to hear about your experiences down in the comments. Let me know how it went, because obviously like the social worker is going to have to come into the house. No one has been in this house for a long time, and like we haven't mixed with anyone for a long time. And you know, obviously like as a social worker, it is a key worker and they should come with PPE and everything, but who knows whether they will. I don't know, we'll just see. I have got like hand sanitizer and things, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, whether I'll, like Stephen and Lara will be somewhere else so they're not mixing with the social worker, because obviously the social worker has been all over the place. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen at the moment. We'll just see. It is 1 o'clock and I'm just waiting to be connected to that call that I mentioned earlier. I've spoken to the contact worker. Obviously with everything going on, contact is still happening, but it is not, there's no face-to-face contact. I don't think there's any face-to-face contact around the whole country as far as I'm aware. Who I foster for certainly aren't doing any face-to-face contact. It is all video calls or calls or whatever. And so I've spoken to the contact worker. She gave me a call to just discuss what court have ordered. Obviously when they go to court, the court order how much contact, how often, you know, how many times during the week and for how long. And so we just had a bit of a discussion surrounding that and how we're going to work under the current situation with, it'll be phone calls and things, and how that's going to happen. So I'm still none the wiser really, to be honest, and hopefully after this meeting that we're about to have, we'll have some more answers. So the meeting at 1, well it did happen, but I wasn't involved in it. They had technical problems and they couldn't get kind of people on the conference call, so they had like, well, not the important, like the, I was going to say the more important people there, but yeah, kind of the more important people there. And I've just spoken to my social worker who kind of relayed the information. She's going to email me with any extra, excuse me, any extra information that she managed to get from the meeting, and it's confirmed, yeah, they are coming possibly in about an hour and a half or so, but as I've just spoken to Stephen, then it could be that they arrive in 10 minutes, or it could be that they arrive at like 5 o'clock, like who knows. Obviously there's lots of things that need sorting before they do come, and so to be honest, I've not really got a whole lot that I need to sort out. Beds, well I've got, no, I tell a lie, one bed has got to go. Well, what's going to happen is that when they come, the social worker like checks the bedroom to check, you know, obviously you've got a bed for them and whatever. But what I'm going to do is swap round the cot, and the kid that I've got is going to move into, the kid that's already here is going to move into a cot bed that I need to put up, or just like add the sides. The bed's up, I just need to add the sides to it, which to be honest involves taking the whole bed down and all yeah, I do. I've got to put up a bed, but it's not urgent because I've got, or a cot I should say, but I've got the cot up that this new little kid is gonna sleep in, so all sorted really. There's nothing really to do. Obviously I don't know what they're coming with, and I feel like you never really know what they're coming with. Not really got clothes and stuff, but I mean I've got a few things. I've got a few like little baby grows and things that are kind of, they may be a bit girly or they may be unisex, I'm not really quite sure, but I'll find some bits to get me through today, and then I'll probably, once I see what they come with, I'll go shopping tomorrow. We are due a food shop anyway. We've kind of been holding off going food shopping. We haven't been food shopping for a while. I need to do a food shop anyway, so I'll go tomorrow, do a food shop and pick up like any bits of clothes, or if I get any information about what they like to eat and stuff, I'll pick those up tomorrow on our regular normal shop, so I'm not going and doing an additional shop. It is 3:20 and I've just got off the phone. They're on their way, so I guess I'll see you once they're here. Ooh, perfect. It is a while later now. We've just had tea. It's definitely a team effort, this one. Me and Stephen are upstairs sorting out beds, whilst we've got one upstairs, Lara's got one downstairs. Everyone's chipping in, helping out with this. Normally, actually no, Stephen, you normally help, don't you? With like Stephen's job is to help with beds really when a new child comes. He's really good. So yeah, we're just getting that sorted because it's like 6 o'clock. And hopefully bedtime soon for everybody. We'll see. I'm not going to talk too long now because I'm in bed. Big tip that I always think for the first night, at least the first night, is you've no real idea what you're gonna, like what's gonna happen during the night, whether they sleep or don't sleep, or you know, whether just generally how they'll be in the night. And obviously you've got to get up to take care of them or whatever. And so my thing that I always do is get to bed basically as soon as they do and try and get some good sleep when I can, because you just don't know how it's going to go. But the evening kind of went alright. It was a bit chaotic, but yeah, I'm gonna get my head down and I'll have a chat tomorrow. Good morning. The night went well. I'm very pleased to report, like I was saying last night, it's always just a bit of a, it's always a bother to me anyway. I don't know how other foster carers feel, but it's always like a real, like the first night of how that's just gonna go, because you know, it could just be horrible. You know, this new little child has arrived in a new place with new people and they could be up all night, and luckily that wasn't the case last night and we all managed to get a good sleep. Like new kid, old kid, me, like everyone in the house. No one was particularly disturbed by anything and it all went well, so we're feeling rested. Everything's always better, isn't it, when you're well rested. Today we're just going to spend the time settling in. I mean, normally when a new child arrives, I don't do anything anyway. Like, we can't do anything at the moment anyway with COVID, but yeah, I like to just sort of stay at home as much as possible and just let them get a bit used to me and me get a bit used to them and stuff. It's always difficult in terms of how much information you have on the children that arrive. You generally don't really have much info and you just kind of have to try things out, ask the questions when you're able to ask the questions. I will need to sort out some clothes and some bits and pieces for them. I'm not sure whether I'll do that today. I have got a few little bits that will see me through maybe the next couple of days, but we'll just sort of see how the day goes. Obviously with COVID, I don't particularly want to be taking, like I would normally just maybe nip to the shops with them to get a few little bits, but with COVID, you know, like I'm the only one like going to the supermarket and stuff, and I don't really think, I know you can take children to the supermarket, I just think it'd be better if they can stay here, but I don't want to leave them here with my sister and go, you know, like it's just another new person. So I'm not sure what I'll do about all that, but I will sort out some clothes at some point in the near future for them. But yeah, things like milk and bottles and stuff, I've got all of that, so there's no real stress. I'm sure there will be a ton of meetings and appointments and stuff that I'm gonna have to attend, and we're just gonna have to adjust to life with two little ones in the house. I'm sure it'll be a big change for everyone, especially with like my sister Lara's here from, she's normally in London during the week, she's here full-time working from home. Stephen's here schooling from home. We're all here in the house 24/7, which I'm hoping maybe means that they might help me out a little bit with the kids. I'm sure they will. I mean, to be honest, they're both fantastic with the kids. But yeah, new arrival, new little chapter in the fostering journey, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they will settle. In fact, they seem pretty settled anyway, to be honest, but hopefully they'll just settle quickly, and yeah, we'll see what it brings. I'm sure lots of fun and adventures. Each child brings with them a ton of fun and adventures. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have got any questions about new placements, I'm curious actually to see how everything will continue. Like I was talking about, like a new placement in not in fostering, in lockdown. I am curious to see how it will all go, because it's just difficult time. It's difficult for everyone at the moment. It's just difficult, weird time. So yeah, I am curious to see how things are different, and the meetings that we have are all going to be done over phone calls and things, which is a challenge in itself, although kind of like I'd rather than driving. But hey, yeah, we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. If you have any experience of a new placement, like I was saying before, in lockdown, or anything really about, you know, lockdown, how it's been for you with foster kids, and if you are thinking of becoming a foster carer, I hope this has helped show you sort of what it's like when you get a placement, a phone call about a child. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.